The fiscal cliff has been averted, and the debate over the debt ceiling is now the priority budget issue. The outcome of that debate may affect services provided by your local county. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Robert Tranum, and I'm joined by Matt Chase, Executive Director of the National Association of Counties. Matt, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Robert.
You know, I think it's very important to put this into context. We keep hearing here in Washington, D.C. about the debt ceiling and the fiscal cliff and how this affects the federal government, which is extremely important. But what's missing in this debate is how it affects local counties. Tell us about that.
Well, that's a great point. The counties are really the safety net for the American public. There's 3,068 counties across the country. We're the level of government that are elected closest to the people. What is important to remember about counties is that we're actually an arm of state government and that we're really the implementers of many state services. And of course, when you talk about the social safety net, most of the funding comes from the federal government through the states down to the local level. So when the counties talk about the fiscal cliff, we're worried about libraries, healthcare, flu shots, roads and bridges. And
hospitals.
Hospitals are key. Counties run over 900 hospitals across the country and are traditionally the providers of last resort, and for those that really don't have insurance. And by state law, in most cases, we have to provide care for indigent care, as well as a lot of Medicaid patients.
You know, Matt, in the materials that was provided to me, I saw with interest 68% of local residents approve of the services that their local county does for them. And what that tells me is that local counties really touch the American people on a daily basis when it comes to, as you mentioned, roads and bridges and hospitals and so forth. Walk us through specifically what would happen if, in fact, we did go over the fiscal cliff, or if, in fact, lawmakers here in Washington, D.C. were unable to come to some type of budget agreement.
It would impact just about every facet of people's life. Counties run roads and bridges, transit systems, airports. The inability to run those with certainty and stability is at risk.
So it sounds like gridlock at the local level.
It's absolutely gridlock. What we're looking for is to be part of the solutions. Counties are the first line, as you said. 68%, according to the Gallup poll, says that they really like what local government is doing. So when we talk to the federal lawmakers, what we're saying is we want stability, we want to be part of the solutions, and we really need long-term certainty so that we can serve the people.
Do you believe that the federal lawmakers here in Washington, D.C., on both sides of the aisle, Republican and Democrat, are listening to the concerns at the local level?
I think they're listening, but the challenges are so big. When you're talking about programs like Medicaid, which is actually larger than Medicare, and serve literally over 100 million people, that's getting to the core.
You know, Matt, here in Washington, D.C., we see a lot of bickering on both sides of the aisle, a lot of partisan back and forth. He said this, she said that. This is what I stand for. This is what they stand for. But there's no compromise. And my sense is that at the local level, there has to be compromise. In fact, at the local level, sometimes there is no party affiliation. You just run, and you are the person that's running the day-to-day management. What can federal lawmakers learn from local communities?
They can learn when you're a county commissioner and you go to the grocery store, you interact with constituents on a daily basis. You can't hide from the problems of your communities. So we have to be about solutions, we have to be about innovation, and we have to be about impacting the daily lives of people. What's important about counties is we're the social safety net of this country, but we're also making the investments for future generations. So the county commissioners at the local level get that you have to help people live day to day with flu shots and health care and law enforcement, but you also have to make the investments in the bricks and mortar and the physical infrastructure that we need to be competitive into the future.
All right, Matt Chase, National Association of Counties, thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And of course, thank you for joining us for this edition of Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Robert Tranum. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next time. Take care.